What's up, YouTube? Today we are going to do an optimization on the account for Sleepy Floof. We're going to go in here, probably do the Giants and Dragons team, and then we might do a TOA team as well, as long as we have the time for it. But let's jump right in and get this Giant team started. So most likely we're going to do Belladon, Veramos, Sigmaris, probably Megan, and then we'll figure out what else we want to put in there. And then for dragons, the reason why I'm going to do those is because we're going to use the same monsters for dragons as well. We're going to also use Bella, Sig, Vero, Megan, and Verd. That's going to be for dragons. So now, and then with those top four, we'll figure out what we want to do for the Giants team. So Bella is going to be priority, Veramos as well. Megan will be in there for the strip on dragons, but she won't take any of the violent rune sets. So let's just get right into it. So let's see what we got here. So we got violent runes. We're gonna. Do we have any speed? We do not. Okay. Any HP? All right. So we do have a couple here. We want to prioritize speed on Bella, just so we can rotate the heals, and then also rotate the strip on the skill 2 for the Dragon's boss. So we're gonna de-rune your Kumar. We probably won't need Lulu, so we'll take that rune off. See what else we got here. So we're gonna need a speed slot 2. Energy would be nice. Just get a little bit of extra stats in there. Let's power this up. This actually has pretty solid stats, because we do need the accuracy. Alright. So, I'm just waiting on this rune to power up. I was hoping for accuracy. It's not rolling accuracy, though. Yeah. It should be okay, though. We'll see. We'll see where the accuracy stands with the rest of the runes. The main thing is just trying to get Bella fast. Get around the 45% accuracy, preferably 55% for dragons. But we also want to get Bella around like plus 80-ish speed on violent. Should be okay. Alright, so let's see what violence we have. Okay, that has pretty decent accuracy. This does not, and this does. Okay, so let's try to get some speed and accuracy down here. So what runes do we have? So we want speed. Do we have one with accuracy? There's 5% there. Not really there. 5% there. Yeah, it's only 1% more accuracy. It's really not what I was looking for. Let's see here. The speed. So that puts us at plus 67. You power up this rune all the way. That'll be another 10. That'll be plus 67, plus 77 speed, which isn't. It's not bad. I would really prefer something with speed and a big accuracy somewhere else, but it looks like we're not going to be able to find it. So this should be okay. Oh, actually, I need to activate the free rune removal. So we'll do that. Alright, so now we got to go back in. We'll make those rune changes. Alright, so we want a speed slot 2. Here, actually, do we have one with a big accuracy sub? That can make up for it. Yeah, we could probably use this instead of using this one. This does provide better tankiness. Yeah, we need an HP percent, so that's good. And then the Lulu one, give him a little bit more HP. Yeah, this Alright, that puts us up to 52% accuracy. And then once you power up these runes here, your speed will be, so you get another 16 speed from this, so that'll be plus 77, which is a pretty decent threshold to hit. The tankiness could use some help, but once you power up these two runes here, and then also power up these runes, that'll definitely provide the tankiness that you're looking for. So Bella will be good. I'm not going to power up any of these runes though until I rune up everybody that we need. Alright, this one's already on Violent. With decent accuracy also. With speed. Yeah, we need more defense. Do we have a defense percent that we could put in slot 6? This could be okay. Yeah, the HP is going to go down a little bit. 40%. Oh, yeah, we could take... Can we take this rune out? Let's see here. Do we have HP percent that we could put down there? I would prefer to have a little bit of speed down here. Yeah, the options are kind of limited, though. So do we have anything with HP percent and speed that we could change out? Alright. So for your Veramos, yeah, so we're going to stick with... Yeah, this should be good. He is hurting on defense. You do need to do a little bit of more rune farming. Because, yeah, I'm having difficulty finding good enough runes to put on your monsters. But this speed should work. Yeah, this speed should work. That'll be fine. The accuracy is really good. We actually have more accuracy than we need for Veramos. I prefer to have a little bit more accuracy on your Bella. But, yeah, the 52% should be okay with your accuracy. So now we have Bella and Veramos done. So now we're going to put up Megan, because we also need her to be pretty fast and to also strip. But she just needs to be on Swift. So let's see here. Okay, we do have a speed. Speed slot 2. That's important. Do we have HP percent with a decent speed? Hopefully we do not. No speed, no speed. Alright, we might take that off because it does have a little bit of speed. Yeah, we're really hurting on the runes here. Does it have a speed? Does not. Alright, so Swift runes with speed and accuracy. Alright, this is decent. Have anything with speed and accuracy? Maybe we could power it up. Okay, so we might power up this rune. Okay. Alright, well, power... I don't know. This is kind of a hard decision. None of these runes are really fantastic, and we have to get her up to around... I at least want to do plus 50% accuracy. We'll try this one first. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll see how this goes. And then... Yeah, because you want your Megan around... the speed doesn't matter too much, but preferably over plus 100, and then to have her around, I mean, I prefer 55% accuracy, but around plus 50 is okay. But yeah, but the 55% accuracy is for the dragon's threshold, so you want to try to get as close to 55% accuracy as possible. So Megan and Bella are going to be your strippers. You want them to be as fast as possible, so then they could try to use their skill 2 to strip the will off of the dragon's boss. This is actually going pretty good so far for this this rune, because now we got the 10% accuracy, we got a little bit of speed, so now we don't have to rely on other runes too much to try to compensate for what we're trying to get from this rune. Yeah, and then we're also going to rune up your Sigmaris. Awesome, it went to speed again, so this is beautiful. This is exactly what we're looking for. So yeah, so then we're going to rune up your Sigmaris. We're going to do Verd as well. Actually, I didn't check to see if you have a crit rate for Violent, or for a crit rate rune for slot 4 for any of your runes. So I'll have to check for that. Because Verd, you do want them on 100% crit rate, so then you can help rotate and cycle the turns for the rest of your team. It doesn't matter if he's faster or slower, as long as that 100% crit rate, and we do want to make him tanky. You do only have a 5-star Verd and a 5-star Megan, so we are kind of pushing the limit here of making this Dragons team, but once you 6-star those monsters, then your Dragons team should be pretty solid. And a 1 to accuracy. This is actually a perfect rune for Megan. Beautiful. Beautiful rune. Awesome. We can keep that on. Yeah, we can keep that on him. That's fine. Yeah, if it rolls again just like that for this rune, this will be fantastic. Alright, so let's try this one here as well. Yeah, again, we just need the speed and the accuracy. As you can see down there, we have plus 30 something for accuracy on the bottom left there. So hopefully we can just keep on pump that number up. Beautiful. Went to speed. So hopefully this keeps on going to speed and accuracy. Yeah, I did notice the freeze prior when I was ruining up the Veramos, but I didn't do too many changes, so I'm just going to keep that in the video. So I apologize for the earlier freeze, but I'm pretty sure you knew what I was doing. I'm assuming it was just a quick change. So yeah, but Veramos, you really only need them around like 45% accuracy. I mean, landing the dot is going to help killing the bosses a lot faster. So having them up at that 55% accuracy is okay. And but you definitely need the better runes on your Bella and your Megan. I mean, Veramos is important to survive, but to land the dots isn't as important as your Bella surviving. So we put the better runes on your Bella for tankiness, and then decrease the accuracy by like 3. Because I think you still had like 52% accuracy. So that's okay. Once you get better rune quality, then you'll be able to take out some of the runes and get that accuracy up there, and then also get the HP, speed, and defense up there as well. Because yeah, these runs are all about survivability. They're going to be around 2-minute runs, but this should be really safe teams that you're going to be able to run for. This one specifically for Dragons, and then we'll work on your Sigmaris, and we'll find maybe another damage dealer, or maybe we'll just put Galleon in. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Alright, sorry about that. Somebody stopped at the door, had to go answer that. Dogs are going a little crazy. But let's get back into this. So the rune did power up. It did go into accuracy, which is what we were looking for, and also went to speed, and also HP, so it's going to help out her tankiness. Well, so this is another fantastic rune for Megan. So beautiful. Perfect. 44% accuracy, so now all we have to do is look for a slot 6 and a slot 4, preferably with HP percent, and for the stats that we're looking for. So yeah, a little bit more speed, a little bit more accuracy is what we need. But we could really throw any rune in there. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as it just has the quality of the stats that we're looking for. So we could take this off your aerial, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so now we have 57% accuracy, so now we don't even have to go accuracy for slot 4. Now we could just put anything that we want in there. Anything with speed, which this could, yeah, so we'll probably just de-rune your aerial. I don't know what you're using your aerial for right now, but you could just change that later. But yeah, now your Megan is going to be very solid for your Dragons team. Then we just focus on powering up those runes later on. But yeah, but this is pretty solid. You have the accuracy. Yeah, since she has the elemental advantage in Dragons, she won't get focused. So even at 5-star, she still should be able to survive. And once you 6-star her, and then you plus 15 these runes, right here. Excuse me. Yeah, so once you plus 15 those runes are there, then she's going to get even tankier. She has the accuracy, she has the speed. Perfect Megan. And then again with Bella, we'll just have to power up these runes. Yeah, for sure this one has to get powered up. So then she could be around that plus 77 speed. Because that is just barely reaching the threshold. So we might get speed here. I'll wait to power up the runes after I put all the runes on everybody that we're looking for. Veramos is good. Power up this rune right here. So then you get the +8 speed. So then you'll be around +76 speed. So that's actually pretty solid as well. Tankiness is up there. You'll power up these runes to get the tankiness even higher. So we're looking for survivability, for accuracy, and for speed. And then once you get better runes to put in the slots, for the runes that are already in there, then that's just going to make the runs that much safer and that much faster as well. Alright, so now we're going to look for your damage dealer, because these are the main ones that we needed to rune. Also Verd. So let's try Verd before we start doing Sigmars. So I want to make sure that we can rune him up. So we need a crit rate rune. So let's see here. And we also need him on Violent. I mean, I would prefer him on Violent. He doesn't have to be, but he definitely helps out when he is on Violent. I don't think I saw a crit rate rune, though, for Violent. I did not. Okay. What about HP percent? He doesn't have to be really fast, but giving him the crit rate is important. Okay, so we don't have that for HP percents. Do we have HP percents with crit rate and speed on anything else? This could be good. Alright, so this will definitely be part of the broken set, so we'll see what this rolls into. This actually might alleviate some of the rune requirements that we need on the other runes. So hopefully we get speed and crit rate off of this. Beautiful. So first roll, we got the crit rate. So the purpose of Verd in Dragons is mainly just to rotate everybody's turns. You're not using them as a damage dealer, or awesome, win the speed again. Great rune. Yeah, so Verd is just there just to rotate the turns for everybody else. So when you're looking for Bella and Megan to strip the immunity off the boss, you're looking for Verd to assist, giving them that extra turn. So then, yeah, so then they can rotate their skills and also provide that support that those other monsters are doing. So Verd is just there just to cycle those turns. Then also to give Sigmaris other turns as well. Okay, so just rolled one into each. But it did roll into speed, it did roll into crit rate, and this is also a 6-star HP percent rune, so it's going to provide a good amount of tankiness for him. But Verd does suffer in Dragons because you do have Megan and Sigmaris, which are not going to get focused because they are water monsters. And then Vero and Bella tend to not get focused. And then Verd also being in the leader position in Dragons is also going to get him focused as well. And he's the fire monster. He's not going to be tanky because you only have him 5-star at the moment. So making him as tanky as possible is going to be one of our biggest priorities. Alright, so now we need to look for a crit rate rune. It's kind of weird that, so we're really going to be depending on Violent for the rest of those slots, because we don't have a crit rate Violent rune for slot 4. So we're going to try to find the best one that we can provide for him, and it's most likely going to be this Fatal rune, because it does have HP percent, and it also has speed. And that's really what we're looking for. A lot of people say make your Verd slower than the rest of your team, so then the rest of your team takes their turn, and excuse me. Yeah, so the rest of the team is going to take your turn, Verd is going to go after them, and then he's going to boost all their attack bars, and then they're going to take another turn, and that's what's going to happen during the mid-boss and for the final boss. Yeah, so that's just how people utilize, and they do their like speed syncs between their teams, and with Verd just going last, just to provide that second additional turn to the rest of your team before the bosses have any option to do anything. And once you get your attack power and stuff high enough, then when Verd, you can start putting in like double damage dealers, triple damage dealers, and then Verd will go last, so all your damage dealers will go first, provide a defense break, deal big damage, and then Verd will give him an additional turn, and then by that time the bosses should be dead. But for right now, we're just going to focus on the tankiness and survivability, and Verd is going to focus on giving your support monsters extra turns to strip the immunity off the boss, because you won't be able to kill the boss immediately just with the rune quality that you have right now. But once you get better runes, and then you 6-star some of your damage dealers, we can do another optimization, and then you should be good to go. Yeah, it's kind of weird that we're ruining up the Dragon's team first. But since I was going through all the violent runes, I just wanted to make sure I prioritize those on the right units before I start utilizing them on any other monster in the game. Alright, so this all went into attack. I was really hoping it would go into HP. So hopefully the high attack will assist us. And this will provide, I think, another 15% of crit rate. So we could focus on that later on. But now I also want to look for an HP percent in slot 2. Alright, this does have crit rate. Yeah, do we have anything else with crit rate? And speed? Alright, so that's just a little amount of speed. A little bit of resistance here, that doesn't really matter. More attack, more crit rate. But yeah, all these do have to be violent runes. So we're just going to focus just on the violent. Alright, so we do have 3. Alright, so most likely I'm going to... yeah, I'm going to take runes off your Fran. And let's see here. So we do want crit rate. So we have to maximize the crit. So that's what we're going to do here. And speed, so that's good. But do we have anything with speed and HP percent? Yeah, we can't take this off of Vero. We might be like, okay, we might be able to utilize that. This is okay. We'll probably just take the runes off the Chandra for now, though, just because you're probably not using Chandra in a whole lot of part of the game. Take that off your Perna. Yeah, the dungeon teams are what's going to get priority. Okay, so we only need... Actually, when we power up this rune, you're at 96% crit rate right now, so you actually don't need any more crit. So we can actually take crit rate out and just go for speed and HP. That's not bad. Yeah, we don't need all that crit damage, but since we are going to be critting, you could use this. It might speed up the runs a little bit. And since we're already taking the violent set off your Fran, we probably could just utilize this. And the rest of it... Yeah, I think this is actually going to be okay. So we're going to apply these changes. We're going to power up this rune to give us the extra crit rate. And then we could actually probably look for less crit rate on other runes. Yeah, yeah, so this will have to power up twice, just to give us that full 100%. And then once you power it up to max, you could actually change this rune and put it into... I mean, not change this rune, but change another rune to provide less crit rate, and then put in for like a speed or HP sub. But for right now, this is just what we'll have to utilize. I did go HP, crit rate, HP for your slots 2, 4, 6, because Verd does need to be really tanky. Because as I was explaining before, he will get focused in the Dragon's runs. Yeah, so these two need to get powered up, because yeah, his defense is definitely going to be lacking. But hopefully this HP will make it so where he's kind of solid. The accuracy doesn't matter. Yeah, and the rest of this is okay. And he's also going to be slower than your Megan, your Vero, and your Bella. So all of them are going to take a turn, then Vertiheal's going to go and rotate their turns up all over again. Alright, so now we're going to focus on your Sigmaris. Alright. Sigmaris just needs big damage. That's all Sigmaris needs. So we're going to look for some attack percents. We can look for Blade. I'd like to do 6-star runes instead. So let's see what we have here. This has a little bit of speed, a little bit of crit. Yeah, we're going to prioritize your Sigmaris over your Lagmaron for now. So we'll rune up your Lagmaron second, because we might use him as a second damage dealer for your Giants team. Yeah, we just want your Sigmaris to pump out as much damage as possible. So what about crit damage? Again, your Lagmaron has the best rune. Okay, so you're putting your best runes on your Lag. But we'll change that. Yeah, we're gonna try to get to... Yeah, we can get to 100% crit rate. Right now we're at 94. and that's with using a broken blade set. So once we put another blade rune somewhere, then we should be good. Alright, so yeah, we're going to look for an attack and crit damage sub, preferably in the blade set. So we're going to look for attack and crit damage. Actually, that could probably work. Yeah, I think, yeah, this should probably work. It gets us max crit rate. The crit damage goes up, attack goes up. Alright, so now we're going to look for a big attack and crit damage for fatal, preferably down here. That's not bad. That's actually not bad either. I would prefer to have a little bit of speed, but it's okay if your Sigmaris is a little slow. We won't have to de-rune everything here. Yeah, that does actually pump our crit damage out quite a bit. Yeah, so let's see here. If this rolls into... I mean, it could roll into crit rate or speed. So we'll just see what this rolls into. Yeah, so your Sigmaris is going to be your priority damage dealer for giants and dragons. So the reason why I took the runes off of Lagmaron is because you're only using Lagmaron for giants. Lagmaron's not going to be good for dragons. So you're going to use your... so we're going to move those runes over to Sigmaris, because Sigmaris is going to be able to be utilized in multiple parts of the game for your giants, dragons, and probably TOA as well, when your Lagmaron is just kind of sitting there just doing dragons by itself. So you want to prioritize your runes on very versatile monsters, and Sigmaris is one of those monsters. So we're going to put the best damage dealer runes that we can find and put them on your Sigmaris. Awesome, and it went into crit rate, even better. So now we can prioritize less crit rate here, and maybe big crit damage. And maybe even a little bit of speed. A little bit of tankiness would be nice as well. So this could work. Yeah, we don't need the big crit rate. Do we need any crit rate? Okay, so we do need 7% crit rate. That puts us at 99. Well, so that's pushing it a little bit. Okay, yeah, so let's see here. We'll go back to the blade set. Look for an attack percent. Maybe find one that has 5% crit rate instead. Okay, this has 7%. A little bit more accuracy, but less HP. But that goes there. Yeah, so now we're back up to the crit rate threshold. I mean, that's going to be 100% crit rate, and your Sigmaris is going to hit really, really hard. Like, really hard. The only thing that's going to suffer is the HP and the tankiness. So that is going to play a little bit of a part in here. So I will do some dungeon runs just to make sure that this is going to be solid. I don't know. Your Sigmaris is definitely going to suffer and might die. So yeah, but we'll definitely do some dungeon runs just to make sure that you can survive. All right, so we need one more monster for your dragon. I mean, for your giants runs. So we have Vero, Bella, Sigmaris. We could use Megan in there. That should be okay. We could either do Lagmaron or Lucian. We don't really need the Lucian, so yeah, we'll all right. Yeah, we'll go Lagmaron. We'll see what we can do here. So do you have any attack percents? We could probably take this off of your Covenant. Do we have crit damage? Okay, you do here. Alright, yeah, looks like we're just going to be de-runing some of your monsters, but your dungeon teams do take priority. Before you do anything else, yeah, your dungeon teams always take priority. Alright, so we do want a little bit of crit. Maybe a little bit of speed as well, if we have it. So let's check for those. So crit rate and speed. Alright, yeah. We'll power this up, see how it goes. goes to +9. Yeah, we'll try to get that crit rate up there. Yeah, so we're going to try to do double damage dealer Giants runs. So we're going to see if it can go into... we could use your Vero, Bella, Megan, and then have Sigmaris and Lagron be your damage dealers. If it's not safe, then we'll just have to put in another support and just use Sigmaris as your damage dealer. But Vero and Bella alone should be able to solo the Giants boss, as long as they're tanky enough, because Vero will cleanse the defense break. Bella will strip the attack buff and then also provide that defense break, and then Vero will just Veramos will sit there and just apply the dots like non-stop. So especially with the 55 or 56% accuracy I think we have on him, so that should make it pretty safe. All right, I was hoping for a little bit more crit rate. Yeah, let's just see what this goes to is +12. Because the speed does pump out more damage for Lagron, because his damage is based off of his speed. Not all of it, but he does get higher damage output when you make him faster. So if we can get crit damage here, or HP percent would be good. Defense would be okay. But preferably HP percent or crit damage, because you can't get attack or attack percent on a slot 3 rune. Just like you can't get defense or defense percent on slot 1, and I think those are the only two that are actually limited. And you can't get like flat HP, obviously, on a slot 3 because it's the main stat. Yeah, I think those are the only ones that are limited: the slot 1 and slot 3. Can't get defense or defense percent slot 1, and you can't get attack or attack percent on slot 3. Okay, we got accuracy. Okay. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Alright, so now we're going to do a couple dungeon runs and see how all this works. And also keep in mind that we don't have these runes powered up. Yeah, so I'm going to power up this rune. Getting this actually to +15 is pretty important, because we do need your Bella to be as fast as we could possibly make her on Violent, with still having over 50% accuracy and having good HP and defense percent stats as well. Because you need Bella to be tanky. If Bella dies, then the rest of your team is going to die. Same goes with probably Veramos. If he dies, then the rest of your team might die. Will most likely die. Sigmaris, if Sigmaris dies, it's okay. Sigmaris is just there to make the run a little bit faster. But all of your support monsters are to make sure that the run is safe. And a safe run is way better than a fast run. But hopefully with this rune quality, we should, with the crit rate and crit damage being at max, Sigmaris is always going to crit on Giants and in Dragons. So with the skill 2 and skill 3, you should be very close to killing the waves just with Sigmaris' skill 3. And then also with Lagmaron skill 3, that should work as well. Kind of combine the two to kill the waves. But if you can get a defense break on the mid-boss and the final boss in Giants, Sigmaris is going to hit really hard. With skill 1, skill 2, skill 3, doesn't matter. So that should be okay. But we'll test it out. We'll see how it goes after these runes power up. We're kind of limited on mana, so I'm not going to power up too many runes, but I'll power up the ones that are necessary in order to make these dungeon runs a success. Yeah, and with the way this account is going, we might be able to knock out your TOA as well. We'll check. Yeah, if we're limited on mana, then yeah, I won't be able to power up the runes that I want for TOA. I saw that you had Beretta. You could use the Veramos and Bella builds that we already put in there. Sigmaris is actually pretty good in TOA, especially with the freezing and the stunning. And then you said you had Mav, so you could use that. I see you have Jean actually, so we'll probably use Jean instead of Mav. And if Jean is already runed up, then we could just plug and play that one as well. So you'll use the Beretta lead on Despair, use Veramos on Violent, and then use Bella on Violent. If you have Jean, Veramos, Bella, Beretta, and then you can use Sigmar's as the damage dealer. Jean's going to provoke everybody and absorb a lot of that damage, so you just want her tanky, preferably on violent. Yeah, and then the rest of them are already ruined. So we might be able to knock it out. We'll try it. But I want to prioritize your Giants run for sure to make sure that that's going to be optimized and safe and a better run for you. I think right now you're using Veramos and Lulu and Bella, so you have like 3 supports in that team. And I forget what else you were using. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we're going to prioritize the runes that you have on monsters that you could use in multiple parts of the game. Alright, went to more HP, so that's fine. So we'll probably roll this down. Let's see if we can get a little bit extra RNG here. We're going to stop. Try to power this up. I'll go down to about 550,000 mana. That's what we'll go down to, and then we'll just stop after that, and then we'll just test out the run, see how it goes. If I see we need a little bit more speed, then I don't know. I don't want to use all your mana. Yeah, so we'll see. We might have to just change out this rune for a different rune that has maybe a little bit more tankiness, but this should be okay. I don't think Bella's really gonna suffer that bad. Alright, so a couple more attempts, and then we'll just go make some dungeon runs. Alright, yeah, so it didn't power up, we didn't get lucky. So let's see here. So for Giants team, yeah, so these guys are going to go. Put Bella in there. We will take the Veramos out of that slot and put Sigmar's, because Sigmar's does have the higher HP percentage in dungeons. Just dungeons alone, though. Who else did we rune? Oh, we have Megan and Lagmaron. Alright. So we're going to see how this goes. Yeah, so Sigmar's and Lagmaron are going to be there to kill the waves, kill the bosses, big damage dealers, and then the rest of them, Megan, Bella, and Vero, are just going to be there for your supports. Actually, I didn't check your towers, because your towers are going to help as well. And actually, is this focused on... It is. Okay, so you do have the attack order. Awesome. Yeah, and with the high accuracy that we have on all of your units, it should be pretty successful to land the defense breaks and then also to land the dots. So the big struggle that we're going to run into is Sigmar's dying on occasion, just because Sigmar's is actually pretty squishy. But if you could power up Sigmar's slot, actually no, I think we took Lagmaron's runes that were fully powered up and put it as her slot 5 and slot 3. So we'll see. Alright, so Bella's going to take that hit. Okay. Survives it just fine. Yeah, this definitely looks like it's going to be solid. Oh yeah, this is solid. Very safe. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful run. Awesome. So this is probably going to be your new dungeon team for Giants. And we got your new fast time as well. And 1:18 is really solid. 1 minute and 18 seconds. You won't need that. Alright, so I'm just going to run this one more time just to make sure it's safe. Make sure that first run wasn't a fluke. And obviously, the more you run this, the more times you'll see where you're hurting on your dungeon runs. But so far, this actually looks really solid. And 1 minute and 18 seconds runs is actually really, really good. I usually say anything under 1 minute and 30 seconds is, especially if it's safe, is really solid. Alright, so we're not landing the defense break, so I mean, that's going to happen, which is fine. Yeah, so they are focusing Bella, and I mean, they're focusing Sigmar's, which is going to happen. Which is what I was kind of trying to describe in the Dragons runs. Like, they're going to focus Verd, just because Verd is the same element. So Verd is fire, and then the Dragon's runs are fire, and then you have Megan, and you're gonna have Sigmaris in there. So they're not gonna focus them because they have the elemental advantage, and then they're usually they don't focus Bella and Vero. I don't know if it's because they're light and dark, and they just look for elemental neutral monsters. Yeah. So that's why Sigmaris is getting focused in this dungeon run. Oh yeah. So this is a really safe team. This is really good. So hopefully Verimo's got the cleanse off. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about this run. We don't have to worry about this team at all. So yeah, you're going to average around like the 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you get that defense break on the mid boss, it's going to speed this run up. But yeah, but this is really safe. This is good. Awesome team. Very solid. So now we're going to go to Dragons. We're going to try this out. I think we're going to... Alright, so first we're going to try it with the Verd lead to see how that goes. If it's not that successful, then we'll try it with the Sigmaris lead for the HP. But for right now, we'll just see how this goes. Because more speed is needed for Dragons. Alright, so let's test this out. And this is with your Veramos, your Verd with 100% crit rate on a little bit tankier build. It's going to go after your Bella and Vero, but it's going to go before your Sigmaris, which is still okay. And yeah, Sigmaris is fantastic for these waves, especially with the stuns on the skill 3. I mean the freezes / stuns on the skill 3 and also skill 2. And I don't remember if it's on skill 1 as well. Yeah, but there's just a lot of control with this team, with Verimos's skill 2. Yeah, see, so right there that they focus the Vertiheal. So I don't know why specifically he gets focused when Bella and Vero are there. I don't know if it's because he's the leader. Oh, so, okay, so never mind. So Veramos did get focused by those crystals right there. Yeah, but once that defense break lands, you do run into the risk of one of your monsters dying. If Veramos dies, then we're going to struggle. If Verd dies, you should be able to win. But the rotation that he does provide in skill rotation and turn rotation does help a lot. Yeah, so Bella missed that accuracy with the defense break. Yeah, but right now you're going to be relying on dots and then also the strips that Bella and Megan are going to provide. Yeah, so the immunity came up. So let's see if they strip the immunity. Okay, so we missed that, but good. Okay, so Bella did land it, so that's good. And that's why we have two strippers in here. We have Bella and we also have Megan. So if one misses, then the other one has a chance to strip. So we will have to check your skill ups to make sure that those are there as well. And yeah, when the dragon gets below 30% health, he does do extra damage. So hopefully we can kill it before he takes a turn. Okay. But that's also pretty solid though. So we did run into some troubles in that run, and we were still successful. A lot of defense breaks, a lot of damage coming out. Okay, and we got 2 minutes. So even when RNG is not in our favor, we still managed to be successful. So we're going to do one more run here, just to check to see how this goes. And all these runes are not even powered up. Yeah, so once you power up these runes as well, this team is going to be very solid. One for your for your Giants runs, and then also for your Dragons runs here. Yeah, so once all this is good to go, then your account is going to be very solid to run Giants and Dragons on a consistent basis. Very safe teams, very reliable, and now you could just farm. I saw you have like 5,000 something crystals, so just use those crystals to just constantly farm. You don't need to do any more summoning. Now you can just focus on getting the rune quality up there, so then you can start putting good runes on all the rest of your monsters. And now you can rely on just these monsters to do the dungeon running for you. And don't worry about Necro. We won't worry about that for quite some time. You'll just have to get a bunch of violent runes. So if you do spend money in the game, so now, if you spend money in the game, I would recommend buying violent rune packs for when the rune packs are out. Preferably get the $30 rune packs, because there's a higher chance for you to get like extra legendaries out of that. And you also get the blessing rune pack, so then you get to pick also which rune you want out of the two. And then if you buy anything else, buy reaps. Island Grown is actually really good at doing reaps, especially on stream. Oh yes. Okay, so Verd died here, so let's see how this goes. Alright, so Violent procs are really solid. Okay, so we strip the immunity. But now we're not going to have the turn rotation that Verd provides. So we are getting the dots. Okay, so we still survived. That one was pretty close, but once you power up these runes, then we won't even have to worry about that. That should be faster too. Yeah, it was. Okay, so beautiful. So 2 successes. Good rune here. We're not going to power it up though, because I don't want to use too much of your mana. But that was actually pretty solid. Alright, so now we're going to... So now you could use this Veramos, this Bella, Sigmaris, Jean, how is she? Alright, a little too slow. You do have... just because this is a rune set, you don't need to rune Jean on crit rate. And it's actually... If you do TOA, having high crit rate is actually bad, because there's a lot of floors where you don't need the crit rate. So we are actually going to take this rune out, look for a speed rune, any speed rune, doesn't matter what it is, preferably with a big HP sub. This actually works. Yeah, this is good right here. So drop the crit rate. She is going to lose some HP. Tankiness is going to go up, speed's going to go up. So that's going to be a priority here. Actually, we do want some accuracy in here as well. That rune's okay. We're going to take that rune out. So we're going to look for another violent rune for her. Something with speed and... let's see here. Speed and HP would be nice, but we do want some accuracy. That could be okay. I do like the resistance on this. A little bit more speed. Accuracy is just about the same, but we won't have to derune your friends. We'll just use this one instead. Lower the crit rate a little bit, so that's okay. Give her... I mean, it's only 5 more accuracy. This rune could actually be taken off as well. Yeah, there's no speed on it. And there's no speed actually on that one either. I can't take that one off. And we do want her on the violent set. Yeah, we'll do this for now. I'll prioritize getting a little bit more accuracy on her, but speed, because yeah, TOA is all about like attack bar control, turn control. So when Jean provokes everybody, it just takes away one of their turns that they're able to use one of their skills. Yeah, but once you start farming dragons a lot more, then yeah, you can start using Jean. I mean, start finding violent runes to take out some of these runes that you have on her. But this should be good enough to climb the floors, so that should be fine. Then Beretta, okay, you do have Despair accuracy. Oh, but we need a lot more speed. And you're running a crit damage? Yeah, take this one out. Let's see here. Survivability is all that's important for TOA. Does it have big accuracy? It does not. And you could actually lose some. Actually, you could lose about 13 accuracy right here. So yeah, we want more speed. Do we have actually a speed to spare? With accuracy? Okay, that's good. So we won't lose a whole lot of accuracy. We are going to lose some HP though. Okay, that's okay. But yeah, it has to be faster though. Alright, so we're going to power this up. Plus 12. Yeah. So you're going to run Beretta lead with Veramos, Bella, Sigmaris, and Jean. That's going to be your 5-man team for TOA. Jean should be able to protect the rest of the team by provoking everybody, and then Bella will be there to strip anybody who's a nuisance, like the dark, what's it called? The dark Taoist gets kind of annoying, and just other monsters that do have some sort of like invincibility or anything. Like if you crit, then something X happens. So yeah, so Bella will be in there to strip any of that. We'll be in there to provide heals. The defense break, Sigmaris will just be there to pump out the damage. Freeze with the skill 3, and also with skill 2 with the stun. I think stun on skill 1, freeze on skill 2. And yeah, Jean will just provoke anything, so then it won't attack her Sigmaris because it's pretty squishy. Veramos will be in there for extra stuns with skill 2. When you get to the higher floors, you will need to dot things down with continuous damage, so that's where Beretta is going to come into play, and your Veramos is going to come into play. And you have good accuracy on both of them, so that definitely works. And you just want to make the team faster as well. Oh, did that not go in? Okay, good. And actually you didn't lose too much HP, so that's actually okay. And then once you power that up, plus 62, yeah, that's really solid. That's actually really solid. So what other Despair runes do we have? We're using that for the accuracy. You could actually lose that accuracy. Resistance, not too important. You could just make it faster, put this in there. Yeah, that could work. Let's see here. Do you have another accuracy rune that you can bring to the top? So we need something that's around like 10 accuracy. And I mean, you could put speed on there or HP. Alright, that's not too bad. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, because the rest of these don't have the accuracy that we need alongside the speed. Yeah, so we're going to apply that. And that's good. So now you can just power up. Yeah, so you have... Alright, so do a ton of mana farming. You could probably do Giants, because that's going to be your faster run. And it's probably your safer team as well for now. So run Giants like crazy. Run that for probably like a whole month. And obviously keep the runes that are good. The rest of them, sell. Keep your Swift. Keep it Swift runes that have speed, especially 6-star that have speed. You don't really need to prioritize Swift runes slot 2 that are like HP percent, defense percent. You can just get rid of those. Prioritize Swift runes slot 2 that speed as the main stat, and then also you could use attack percent as main stat, but it's not exactly what you're looking for. But you could keep them for now. Yeah, but any other rune, especially like HP and defense percents for slot 6 and 4 and 6 with speed subs, you definitely want to keep those as well. The rest of them, just use your best judgment for like Fatal, Blade, anything like that. Despair. Yeah, I'm sure you know what to keep from those, so I won't go too much in detail with those. But yeah, but now your TOA team should also be actually decently solid. So let's see here. Yeah, we're going to take Lagmaron out, take you out. We're going to put in Jean and Sigmaris. Alright, we're just going to run this on auto real quick to see how this performs. And then, yeah, this should actually complete the optimization. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is actually pretty solid. Alright, yeah, so if there were wind monsters on the other side, then Sigmaris would definitely be would struggle. Because they were focusing Jean just because they are dark monsters. So yeah. So we do need to work on the speed. So you do have to power up the slot 2s and everybody and just get them faster. I mean, if Sigmaris dies in TOA, it's not that big of a deal because everybody else should be able to handle what's there. Alright, so this will be a good test. Definitely this wave will be a good test. Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of damage. Yeah. Alright, so let's see how this goes. Alright, so we got the provoke off, so that's actually really nice. Got some stuns. And TOA is actually really big on RNG. But so far, not too bad. This is actually a really solid team. for TOA. So if you do get bad RNG on a couple floors, you could always just try to rerun that floor and just see what happens from there. You could manual it if you want to. Not necessary, though. And then if you do struggle consistently on one floor, then you could change out Veramos and put them in the leader spot, just to give your team that much more HP for survivability. But I don't see this being that big of an issue. Yeah, making sure Jean is on Violent definitely helps to rotate her skills, because you want her to get that provoke up as much as possible. So, I didn't actually check the skill ups on your monster, so we can go through that as well for the end of the video on where to prioritize your Devilmon. And yeah, and that'll just be the end of the video. Yeah, so this is solid. This is good. So RNG went on both sides, and your whole team survived. All right. So for your monsters, all right, your Veramos is skilled up. That's good. Bella's skilled. Good. Megan's good. Okay. Sigmaris, fully skilled. Awesome. Oh, not fully skilled. I would put 2 more in there, just so then you can get that harmful effect rate up. Verd, you don't have to skill up Verd. You can just apply a little bit more damage, but that's all it's going to do. Lagmaron, okay, you have him fully skilled up, so that's fine. You can focus on your Lucian and your Jean. Okay, yeah. So your Devilmon now put it into your Jean. Don't put them into anybody else. Don't worry about your Daphnis, your Theomars, Katarina. Don't worry about any of those. Put your Devilmon into your Jean. She is an all-star in a lot of parts of the game, and once you have her skilled up, her skill rotation is just disgusting. So she's really good. Yeah. So don't worry about the skills for anybody else. Prioritize your Jean next. Yeah. Because once you start putting your Devilmon into Jean, you're gonna be sitting pretty. Yeah. So now your Giants team is good. Your Dragons team is great. And that TOA team that we just ran, you could probably run that up to. Once you skill up Jean, it should be able to survive up to probably floor 80. But once you power up the runes, it should carry you almost all the way. You might have to manual a couple floors, but still, it should be good. But yeah, I think this was actually a really good optimization. So thank you for letting me do this, Sleepy Floof. I appreciate it. Obviously, message me on Discord if you're having any issues. And then we can just go from there. We can plan another one in the future. Farm up a bunch of runes, farm up a bunch of mana, power up all those runes that we put on to your monsters, and then just keep running that Giants and Dragons, and then we can focus on probably like a raid team in the future. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So thank you for letting me do the optimization. I had a lot of fun doing this. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy it. So until next time, I'll see you later.